I kept my DVDs. So I did the last video, and I felt that I hadn't really explained why, really. I mean, the main reason is, obviously, in each of these movies, um, there's an enormous amount of work involved, um, you know, and the time to get these things off the ground, all the acting, the script writing, um, putting them in DVD cases. I mean, people have gone to the trouble of doing the artwork on here, and so each one of the DVDs that I have, as I say, I've got about 500, is worthy. Somebody must have felt that it was worthy of them to put the DVD in a box and all the rest of it and do all the other things to get this film off the ground. So that's kind of why I've kept them. Because it's so easy when you're on the computer or on your TV, and just to click a button and choose which one you want to watch. But it's not the same as actually having a physical hard copy, for some reason. But I've just picked out a few of my favourites, because it kind of occurred to me that some people may not have been born and not even aware of some of the films that I've watched, and that I really recommend. I mean, some of them I've picked that are really famous, other ones maybe a bit more obscure. Some of you will probably have heard of them, but many of you may not have done. But I've got my pipe. My first pipe of the day today. I've done quite well. I haven't smoked any today. I'm kind of trying to cut down a little bit, to be honest. But I hope you've had a good day. So the first movie that this is literally a random selection that I picked out. The ones that I think, oh, this was good. I remember this one. First one I've got is Into the Wild. Don't know if you can see that on the screen. But this is a fantastic film. Quite simply one of the best, one of the year's great films is what it says in the Evening Standard. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'll read the back. So, Into the Wild is inspired by the true story of Christopher McCandless, a young man who abandons his life of comfort to pursue the freedom of life on the road, a quest that leads him to the Alaskan wilderness and the ultimate challenge of his life. Yeah, it's just a great story, and it's a celebration of his life, really. Christopher McCandless, so I'm sure he's probably up there somewhere, but this is my personal recommendation for him for this film. Alright, let me put that down. What else have I got here? This is one of my all-time favourite movies, Steven Spielberg, and it's Jaws. What can you say about it? It's just the script is fantastic, and it's so well directed. It's so smooth, so slick. That's, as I say, and I think some of it was even ad-libbed. Yeah, it's a timeless film that continues to make entire generations afraid to go in the water. What a movie that was, and it still is. Yeah, so if you haven't seen this, if you haven't heard of this film, I'll be amazed. But if you haven't, watch it. One of the other movies that I've picked out today is a war movie, and it's called The Thin Red Line. And it says a powerful frontline cast including George Clooney, Sean Penn, Nick Nolte, and Woody Harrelson explodes into action in this hauntingly realistic view of military and moral chaos in the Pacific during World War II. Yeah, this was. I don't know. I just recall again the cinematography is incredible. It's. I'm trying to tell which year it is, so I don't even know which year this was made. It wasn't that long ago. It was probably 20 years ago. Doesn't say, but it ties in with nature, the fight in nature, and the fight in human beings. I guess we're both part of nature, but it's the way it's directed and the way it cuts into different things, and it's just it's an amazing film, and it's very harrowing, and it's some of the scenes in there are quite graphic. So I'm not sure it's a 15, but I've watched this film probably about 7 or 8 times. The other one that I've just picked out is Braveheart. Don't know if you can see that on the camera. Yeah, 1995. So yeah, that's it's quite it's, well, it's nearly 30 years old. And I remember when this came out, it was really powerful, and has the stereotypical English baddies, against the Scots. Um, I think it was Mel Gibson, wasn't it, who directed and starred in it. But it is quite a divisive movie. I'm sure loads of people in Scotland rave about this film, and rightly so because it is a good film. But it was at the expense of the English, I think, and sort of regurgitating wars that happened long ago, um, and yeah. But I just happened to come across it, and I thought, oh, I'll dig that one out and tell you what I thought. Um, but the last movie that is one of is a really great movie. It's with Michael Douglas, and this is called Falling Down. Falling Down. I don't know if you've ever heard of this one. You may well have done. But the back reads: Freeways are clogged. Terror stalks our cities. At shops and restaurants, the customer is seldom right. The pressures of big city life can anger anyone, but Bill Foster is more than angry. He's out to get even. I'm going home, Foster says as he abandons his gridlock car on the hottest day of the year. Instead, he walks straight into an urban nightmare by turns absurdly funny and shatteringly violent. Foster, an ordinary guy at war with the frustrations of daily living. That is what I'm talking about. What a movie that was. An ordinary guy at war with the frustrations of daily living. What an amazing idea for a movie, and they really nailed it as well because some of the scenes in there are so memorable. Um, that yeah, it's a great film. If you haven't seen it already, I'd highly recommend it. You can probably find it on Netflix or I don't know, Amazon Prime possibly. It's 2000, so it's 25 years old. Yeah, incredible stuff. Um, but yeah, those are like some of the movies that I've picked out of my collection that I've kept, and just thought I'd share with you those. Whether that brings any memories, or if you've seen them before, let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to find out what you thought of those movies. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to leave it there because it's getting late. But I will be back, and I'll see you soon.